Well, we are back as we awake in the morning in Outskirt Inn. And you are going to your first little expedition. Your first search for one of the missing statuette pieces. The Dragon Emperor. And Mikey's having ice cream for breakfast. Ready, guys.
I was going to say quite apt for a duck. The duck don't eat fish. They just live near them. It's not the same thing. But, fish food. So they would eat fish food, I guess, if it was sprinkled on the old flakes. I'm sure the ducks would mack it up.
Do they share the frozen peas? Is that a thing?
They might share the frozen. I don't know fish.
The bloody frozen pea conversation.
The high highs we get up to.
Frozen peas. Well, yes, as I mentioned, you do awaken in the inn that I've forgotten the name of. Or was it the three stags or something?
Possibly.
You plan to head to the Riddermound. You've heard rumours of there being activity in that direction. And you met someone the night before in the inn, someone who was undercover at the inn, working for an organisation who are trying to hunt down these pieces of dragon statue, and is willing to pay 50 gold pieces for each.
Quite some.
And told you that this place, the Riddermound, may contain one piece. You're setting off to find out if that is true.
There's also a meeting of some kind happening in a mine with some possibly hostile orcs. Possibly.
That is right, yes. So go to the map. We can see.
Yeah, I think we decided they were, there was a round trip that could accommodate both eventualities.
Well, the Riddermound is reachable within a day. We established that. It's one stretch to get there. So you'd have one stretch to get there, one stretch to explore, and then one to come back. Meaning you can be back in Outskirt in time for bedtime.
But if we wanted to stay out, we'd have to camp.
Yeah, going to Boat Tild's Load would take you an extra day or so to get there. So you'd be
another whole day to get there.
So you'd be camping out in the wilderness.
Well, that's kind of fun. I'm up for that. We bought we went a bit crazy. We had our shopping spree, didn't we? We bought our beds and our.
You've got a nice big tent for us to sleep in.
Absolutely. I'm up. Well, look, let's get to the Riddermound. And if things are all right, if we're all like bleeding legs and stumps for arms and our feathers have been plucked, then maybe we head home. But if we come out relatively unscathed, maybe we carry on the jaunt.
Yes. See how that goes.
Yeah. And you may be laden with treasure as well, so you'll have to.
Oh yeah,
that's true.
Get back to town and sell it.
And we discovered last time that we love selling.
We do. Buying.
Everyone loves selling.
Oh yes, lad. Oh yes.
Oh yes. Well then, you set off in good order, and I know that it sounds like Alex is going to join us next week. So otherwise, I was going to say, if you encounter an NPC you wish to hire as a sort of a temporary member to help you, then that could be the case. But I think you're both pretty fighty. I think you should be okay.
Oh, definitely. Last
quite famous fine. Last words, those quite famous indeed. But let's hope so.
Exactly. So you do set out. It is a nice day for a brisk walk along the road. You travel along one of the sort of well-travelled roads before you take a sharp left turn off the beaten track. and you come across these ancient burial grounds.
Excellent.
And at this juncture, I would remind you that this is a traditional D20 fantasy game where things like traps and sneaky things and hidden things are abound. So
I roll perception for the traps.
so you can declare a sort of a passive perception check, which basically tells me that you are actively searching. Like at that moment, you're actively keeping an eye out for stuff. So you don't have to.
And does that mean
rolling
that?
Perception.
Yeah, does that mean that you will basically just ask us when we need to do a roll, or we do like pre-roll or something?
I think it basically means that you don't need to roll, but I will check in with you to see like if you are searching specific things, and if you're taking time to search a room, for example. Otherwise, you can roll spot hidden, which is a skill. If you want to search,
not looking great on that one, but
if you want to search for things.
Yep, I have a whopping 3 in spot hidden. Am I doing through the map? I can see the big map. I was clicking on tactical mode, which took us to a little map in circles of stones. Are we meant to see that yet? And how do we see the full map? I can't remember. I want to get a sense of where we were at on the.
Oh, you want to see the big map?
Well, I just roughly.
That one's in the handouts.
It's in the handouts. Well, yes. Where are the handouts?
I also clicked on the tactical mode and went, I want to see that.
Misty Vale map. There we go. So, at what point did we? So we walking. How long until we encountered this? It's not. Is it really a day's walk to those mounds? I thought they. Are we there? Is this?
You're
there. Right. Okay. Fine.
The Riddermound. You've been walking all morning.
And this is kind of the first of note. Right, because there's lots of rocks and this is the first of note element of the cool. Well, I'm looking at the tactical mode now.
Well, you don't need to look at the tactical mode yet.
All right, I'll close it.
Interesting that you can just flip over to that. That's interesting. But luckily, I did learn how to use the fog of war thing. So
can't see all those traps.
Currency or those traps.
Well, I mean, it's. I mean, again, I don't want to. My favorite phrase. I don't want to metagame, but as we approach, like, would anything warrant the need to suddenly be like, aha, there could be traps? I mean, what's the? Is it? I can see rock formations, but does it look like a fog, like a light fog? Are we hearing odd sounds? I guess. Look, I guess then let's do that as we are entering. Let's let's just roll for just hey, shit might go down. Let's start some kind of passive. But again, if I'm going to be rolling spot hidden, then it's going to be pretty disastrous. But I'm just rolling it. I'm going to see what happens.
Okay.
It's not going to be great because I've got a 3.
That is great.
Oh, snap!
It's actually an excellent roll, really.
Snap the jams. My best ability, apparently. So yeah, that's more just
yeah.
So
I mean, you as you walk around the Riddermound, and you sort of see most of them are kind of at rest, but there's one in the middle that looks like it has recent activity around it.
You mean that big square one, or one of the circular ones around the edge?
So this is sort of like you're on top of one of these mounds.
And, right, and so there's a decline.
Yeah, okay, and there are sort of standing stones all around it, sort of like warding stones, and in the middle there's this thick stone slab, and the slab has been pushed ajar, and you see a gap underneath the slab, like a dark hole going into the ground with kind of the top of a ladder poking up, and you notice a faint but ominous odor. And thanks to your spot hidden roll, Hoisin, I can tell you that you do see clear footprints in the grass of the hill. And as you inspect closer than you ever would for some reason. You discover small piles of droppings, which you identify as from wolves, and also goblins.
More of these fools. Very interesting. Very interesting. I'm trying to get my head around again the kind of our headspace to be coming, because there's many of these mounds with things on top of them. We know there's a statue hidden somewhere. I mean, is there anything that we know that implies there's like connected on the tunnel? Or are we kind of going there with a sense of, well, we're going to check every single mound we find, or are we assuming there's some kind of almost connected?
I think perhaps the fact there may be competition for one of them could be an indicator.
Yeah, and this is actually by far one of the most elaborate looking burial mounds. This is very much like the, was it? Yeah, this is very much like the central. It almost seems like the main sort of.
So we get the sense that if other people are searching for it, they might be ahead of us. And cool. Okay. Well, then we probably. Hoisin probably turns to his companions or just companion. Why are you saying off the line, Dubois?
That is odd.
Well, it matters too much. But
that's a very good question.
Your name is over the top.
I do not know. Yeah, anyway, I see that now.
He turns to his wizened old compatriot and says, "Hold, Sir Marcel. This might be what we're looking for, but there's clearly enemies who've already entered. We should proceed with caution and silence."
Silence. Not my strongest suit, but caution I can do.
So if we peer
as he clanks up towards to inspect whatever's going on there,
clanging saucepans and bedrolls. So as we the crack in the stone, quite a narrow tunnel going down. How much of a Lost-esque hatch are we talking here? Is this?
You struggle to get a sofa up there, through it down it, that's for sure. But it seems, a human can fit, or a creature smaller than a human. As you look down, you can't see the bottom of the hatch, and a musty smell of stale air and dried up corpses rises up from the depths, as you would expect from a burial mound, to be fair. But
my first thought goes to the wolves then, because where are they gone? Because it sounds like they can't fit down the hole.
Well, that's right.
Oh wait, might be overthinking it. Makes me think this isn't, because they would have clearly turned and gone then. Because if the wolves aren't here and the goblins have gone down, then maybe this ain't the right one.
I go on a limb and say I think perhaps you might be overthinking it.
Comme ci, comme ça.
We check all the other mounds individually for other indicators of activity.
The footprints, you said, they just went up to the classic, went up and just stopped at the mound, did they? Is that at the hatch? Is that what the footprints indicated?
There's loads of footprint activity.
Okay.
It's all all the grass has been flattened with feet.
Just trying to see if I have some kind of
For what it's worth, this is and this one is this tomb is clearly open. And none of the others seem to have been meddled with.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, nervous about these wolves, but if they're not here and they're not down there, then that's one of the best places to be then. Cool. Well, we push a little open, start climbing down. I'm tempted to just drop my spear down and see if it catches anyone when it lands. I don't know. But it also might give away the. Someone's just waiting at the bottom, just a little bit of a. Also might give away our position with the clank, so maybe best just I never like going down a ladder, even if
Sir Marcel climbs down the ladder.
Well, I'm afraid this ladder is not quite as intact as it once was.
No.
So it does require an acrobatics roll to climb down.
Well, that's interesting. I have Bane on acrobatics, so going to my playtime.
Does anyone have rope or anything that can help?
Oh, let me check.
Great! What a great idea. I don't know, but maybe.
Oh, no, it's not there, is it? No, that's different. Equipment. A powering dagger, a sleeping fur, a torch, some field rations. No. I think seeing and being more acrobatic, seeing Sir Marcel start to kind of blunder on the steps, Hoisin snaps out of his overly considerate thought of wolves and ladders and maybe takes the lead on this one. Feels like more of his space to investigate. So he, no, I'll lead the way. And flips down the ladder.
I think what my friend meant to say.
And yeah, come on. Let's see what we do. Oh no, he failed. Embarrassing.
Okay.
Well,
now I have to look up how fall damage works.
remember, I can fly because I'm a duck.
Ah.
No, I can't. Ducks can't fly. What was the?
You were pretty close to getting away with
that.
What was the whole reroll? What was the reroll mechanic in this again? Is that everything on attack? Or?
Yes, yes, you can reroll, but you get a condition.
Right.
Let me just
Let's find out how it works.
How falling works.
I was going to say because it feels a bit like the
falling on a hard surface inflicts a number of d6s of bludgeoning damage equal to half the height of the fallen meters, rounded down.
Sounds like it has quite a lot of potential.
I'm going to reroll.
So let me just work this out. Yeah, it would be 2d6 damage.
So you could just die.
Could be nothing, could be terrible.
But it doesn't say on it. Armor does not protect you, but a successful acrobatic roll reduces the number of d6 by half. Up.
I failed.
I know, but it sounds like you can roll again when you fall, or you can re-roll this one.
I felt I re-roll because it's much like the engagement rolls in Blaze in the Dark. I'd rather not start off flat on our asses, just be eaten by wolves before we even descended properly. Yeah, this is epic start to the. Here we go.
I don't think Marcel's going to do much better. He's still
Marcel's thinking.
So
yeah, should we turn back? Should we go to that other play of the minds? Should we just?
So I think we'll stick with the condition in the book, dazed.
Yeah, makes sense.
And would you like to do a last acrobatics roll to halve the damage? If you can try and.
I'm just gonna. I've got 8 health points. 2d6 is gonna kill me.
Yeah, so you may as well do another one to see if you can parachute roll.
Okay. Right. Roll acrobatics.
I mean, if you were doing XP, this would be great, but it's not. So you're dazed and you take 2d6.
It's it's pretty unfortunate to fail 3 in a row on a 12, getting 12 or under.
Yeah, I'd say it's a little bit of that. Right. Well, this is insane.
7 damage.
Great.
Okay.
Let's go back to Blaze in the Dark. I don't like dice rolls. They're very annoying.
Well, you can always climb back up and have a little rest and try again. But then this will be an overnight expedition.
I mean, I can't really carry on with 1 HP, can I? Right, fine.
Yeah, that is problematic.
Yeah. I can't remember how you toggled.
Mishaps happen. Perhaps a rest.
Mishaps do happen. How do you toggle the effects? Wasn't there like a nice little trackers? There we go. There we go. Dazed. Oh, agility. Funny enough. Come on then, Mr. Clanky.
Right. So are we staying down there? Or are you staying down there before I come down?
If I come back up, I've got to heal. I've got to go back down again. So,
right. We can rest down there, I suppose. It's probably perilous, but all right. Well, I would like to chance it and use my human ability of adaptive.
Cool.
Which I must say here, the GM has the final word, but should be lenient. To use a different ability to make the test. I don't have many that I can feasibly apply, but what I would like to suggest that Marcel, having seen the catastrophe of Hoisin, that's right, falling down the hole, assesses the ladder using his crafting skill and tries to determine a safer use of the ladder, perhaps just the rungs that are more safe or something to that effect.
Sure. Yeah.
It does cost me 3 willpower.
Yeah. I mean, that's fine.
I mean, look, I'm going to fail anyway, but at least I won't have disadvantage. Sorry, Bane.
Terminology.
Bane.
He does fail.
Wow.
Reroll?
Yep. What condition should we take to the
I
reroll?
assume dazed again.
What is crafting based off of?
That's a good point.
Well, weirdly, crafting is based on strength.
Okay, maybe not then.
He's scared? Like, that could make sense. Like the...
Why exhausted seems makes sense. It was strength, right? Because
Well, yeah, but I don't know if exhausted as a condition really makes sense for climbing down a
big
ladder. Like a couple of steps onto the ladder.
I mean,
so what do you think?
I think days would work. Disheartened could work.
I'm happy with either.
Yeah. I wish it would tell you what they do in the condition section.
Isn't it just a bane to those abilities?
Yes, it just didn't say that on here. But
okay.
yes. All right, well, let's take disheartened, and we'll try that again. Well, if I press reroll, does it do anything?
Yeah, it doesn't.
Pushed.
Hey.
Huzzah! Well, we're disheartened, but we made it down.
Disheartened.
Disheartened the sight of a Mallard just
Ladell must have
ready.
been... it's got like duck feathers on it, that's why it's like, what is this? Look on now.
I mean, I think he's just disheartened because this isn't the epic start to his hero's journey, and he's seen his companion fall down a ladder. I think disheartened sort of makes sense.
And he almost went with him as well.
Yes.
Just hear it all, like flapping down in the bottom, like.
But make it down, and then I guess we have to think about what to do next.
Well, retreat! Run away!
Nice. So,
Run away!
let me see if I can erase fog.
Oh, the concept of, you guys are good fighters, so you'll be fine. Not factoring in just a ladder.
Yeah.
Well, again, these are the things to learn with coming back to a system like this, or even coming to a system like this that's, unlike D&D, quite practically applies all of these things.
2d6 seems like quite...
I also forgot, actually you do need things like rogues and things.
To pave the way.
Yeah. So if you divert your eyes kind of rightwards, and you find yourself...
I've opened the tactical mode, okay.
Yep.
Very good.
Do you see yourselves in a sort of a round room?
Oh, yeah, I see my broken legs and feathers askew. I can see the whole ghastly affair.
Yeah, yeah. I think you're just like hanging like in like a Chinese restaurant. You're just...
Yeah, that's it.
Like a Peking duck. Yeah.
Yeah, so Marcel lights a fire underneath you.
That's all I'm
well, this
for.
one will at least be good for sustenance, if not battle.
Wrap him in his bedroll like a crispy duck pancake.
Crispy duck.
So, you find yourselves in a dome-shaped chamber with a floor of beaten earth. In the darkness far above, the opening to the surface looks like a faintly glowing square. In the north wall is set a double oak doors with iron fittings. A silvery symbol stretches across both doors, which are flanked by statues of knights in antiquated armour. And Marcel, you recognise this stylized symbol to be that same sort of crown symbol that you saw that sort of resembled the House of the Dragon Emperor. So You surmise this is sort of a tomb of that was made in those times. And I'll go.
It is a good sign.
So
Just checking the rules of resting again.
Hoisin, how are your legs?
Well, my legs are fine. I grunted most of the damage with my feathery wings, but they are now bent and askew. I'll survive.
Well,
Monsters to
we
slay
may
and
need to
all.
have a stretch rest.
Yes, I was trying to bring the rules.
They're on page 54 of the PDF.
I'm getting
You
there.
can heal D6 HP or 2D6 if someone is successful in a healing roll.
Ooh. How long was stretch rest for? And is it viable in this? This room looks. I don't know. How long? Was it 15 minutes? Was it for?
I believe isn't
short
stretch the
Isn't a stretch a day, isn't it?
Stretch is the short one after round rest.
Round
Stretch.
rest. Shift rest.
Oh yeah, shift is the longer
Shift
one.
is
Yes,
long.
you
So
can.
I
do
think
a-
this is the 15 minutes or something rest.
Yes, 15-minute stretch rest, short resty.
Okay, that seems
Job.
viable in this. That seems viable in this moment. I'll take it. Do you want to attempt a healing roll just for the sake of it?
I will attempt a healing roll, and fortunately, although we didn't bring rope, so Marcel did buy bandages.
Oh,
Means he doesn't have Bane on his healing rolls anymore.
ooh, love that. Why would you have Bane on healing?
Because you get Bane if you don't have bandages.
Right, great. Just
Again, it's just one of those things that
no, it makes sense.
that I learnt when I was trying to revive people. Going, oh, I'll need some of those. So we'll give it a go. So Marcel attempting to heal the wings of Hoisin. Successful.
Oh, right. 2d6 back. Here we go. Let's do this crazy thing.
Well, as you
Good out.
rest,
As you rest, you get shot by
as you rest a
traps and
while
arrows and.
in this dark chamber.
Oh, there's only one. Oh, great start. One, great. Always classic. Go with my classic. One. And another.
Okay.
6. Oh, good lord. He's back to full health, everybody.
So does the healing, is that any time or is that during a rest? Because you can just do that any
During
time.
a rest.
Yeah,
It has to be during a rest.
Yeah. It has to be during a rest. I can't rest and can only heal one person.
Okay. Well, I think Mikey, you don't get your rest heal until the end of the rest. Yeah,
makes sense.
Yeah. So
I wonder why that could be relevant.
So as you sit, perhaps healing each other, bandaging yourself, you start to hear this these high-pitched noises and flapping of many wings.
Oh no!
And before you know it, vampiric bats come circling down from the top of the chamber. And
but we entered so gracefully
surround
with
you
no
to attack.
whatsoever.
What could have alerted them? I think they say sacre bleu usually around them.
Oh, bollocks. You're trying to add bat icons. Are there mobs?
Bring on
They're
the
screams,
bats.
I thought I added the bat.
Added the bat.
What I added the bat?
Like add the bat or add the sunshine band.
Where did the bat go? Put him in the initiative. What if I do? Done.
So we're not resting yet, is what you're saying.
Well, I think you would have had the heal from the bandages, but I don't think you get the stretch rest heal yet.
Okay, so 1d6 of damage, you're saying. Okay, well, I'll go to 2, fine. Great, I'm sure that'll be enough.
I add
I'll be
token.
dodging and flipping.
I'm not going to say something like it's only bats, because that is how we got TPK'd by centipedes.
Yes. We didn't record those sessions, did we? That was pre.
Yeah, that was in person.
That was in person,
times.
wasn't
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
it?
Christ.
Way back when.
That's I was like, why didn't we record it? Oh yeah, we used to actually see each other in real life. How weird.
I know. Whoop!
Ah!
Now it's a swarm of bats, right? That's not just a fucking massive bat, right?
Yeah,
Right?
Right?
Yeah, I was surprised as well. It is a swarm.
Okay.
But Hoisin, it looks like you get to go first.
Okay, great.
Is there anything we should know about swarms?
Many bats.
Let's have a look. You. I think they're just a monster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the bats attack as a swarm and therefore count as a single creature. All damage from physical weapons are reduced by half.
Oh.
It's okay. Being the second encounter, we've obviously got loads of magical items and weapons and spells, so that'll be fine then.
And I think as ferocity 2, that means they get to get 2 goes around.
It's the first time I've heard of ferocity. Didn't notice it in the book. All right. Well, it'll. Big heroes.
Big damn heroes.
Except I'm dazed in agility, which is like my main attribute for dodging stuff, so they should end well. They're taking half damage from our weapons, but getting 2 attacks each per round.
Don't be too pre-salty.
We've
Not fought them yet.
It's like bloody Nurglings all over again.
Oh, Nurglings. I missed that one, but I still personally feel the salt from the session.
Yeah, I nearly got a coup nearly happened by Alex Fawkes. Nearly tried to blow up GM Parliament.
Otherwise, they just came to walk up and just explode and do like 20 HP of damage just for.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were no fun. Okay, well, I hit them with my incredibly ineffective physical weapon then.
Cool.
Actions. Long spear damage. Hey, yeah. Roll the long spear damage. Ooh. Wait, I'm going to hit first, surely. No, I'd have to hit first. Sure.
Yes.
Yep.
But if you do hit...
It's all right. It's pretty good. Yeah. God, what do we do? Roll spears. Here we go. Roll spears. Here we go. Spears.
Whoa.
Just on it. Bang on it.
Good thing you leveled it up last time.
Ooh. All right, and then it was that 11 damage.
So it's 11 damage rounded up.
Oh.
So
6.
It is. No, because it's half is 5.5. Oh yeah, you're right. To 6.
I won 1.
That's too.
That's
too generous.
Half damage. Half damage is generous, is it?
Rounding up. What is this? Pro player design.
How are the players go? Who'd have thought of such a thing?
I know what. So I need to use alchemy every week, not every 2 weeks, to actually remember how to use this stuff.
Well, we're not so experienced in battle in general yet, are we?
So is that more like the spear slasher just takes out like some bats in one slash?
Oh yeah, you're like, yeah.
I'm making a kebab.
Yeah,
loving it.
Kebab.
Count them.
Between every bat that you have to put like a tomato in.
Yes.
And some
frozen beans.
Kalube. Yes. If you haven't gobbled them already.
No. A ration.
Okay, cool. So, Marcel, this is you, my friend.
It is me. All right, well, we swing our broadsword furiously at them.
Broadsword.
That's what I've got, right? Yes, broadsword. Swords. Pachow.
Oh,
it's a success.
These guys know how to do one thing, right? It's not climbing ladders.
Nearly died falling down a hole, but it all comes out of the wash, possibly. Broadsword damage then. Bah. It is 9 damage, I suppose, rounded to 5.
Correct.
4, 5. That was quite a decent roll.
Nice.
Nice.
Now the
It's
bats attack twice.
It's a decent cop. But yeah, the bats will act twice. I don't think they have a thing where you can, because it says you're supposed to. Cause you have like initiative cards when you play in person, so you like draw them from the deck. This doesn't seem to be able
They
to
might have like
draw
2
it
attacks
twice.
that might filter into. They could potentially stagger.
Yeah, so I could always add them again, so they have 2 slots. But either way, I'll do it twice this time. So let's have a look at their monster table.
I'm assuming it being vampiric, they'll heal. Damage.
Or just do something. They'll do something unpleasant.
Oh yeah.
So
As long as they taste good in a campfire.
calm down, Aussie. Did you get it?
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
No.
Yeah, get it.
Well,
Bit slow on that one.
5 to 6 mass attack.
Oh,
Bats
who
split
the bats
up.
attacking?
The bats split up to attack all characters within 10 meters. Don't even need to choose, mate. Each victim suffers D8 slashing damage. Well, Marcel's fine. And the bat swarm heals the same amount of HP from drinking their victim's blood.
Told you.
You called it, mate.
Can I dodge it? Can I parry it? Do I just die?
You've already had your go, so you can't do neither.
Well, I can use my ability to do a dodge. Don't I?
You can. Do you want me to roll damage first, or is it before damage?
I'd rather not.
Well, you'd rather would, because if I don't do enough damage to get through your armor, then you don't have to dodge.
Okay, you can have this ability when making a skill roll and get a boon in the roll.
I'm just going to roll anyway.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember when you can do it. I'm trying to remember if you can do it.
6 damage.
Just flat to both of us.
Yes. Well, there's no point rolling against Marcel because it won't be his 8 armor.
8 armor?
Yes. This is kind of his one thing, really. He's got really good armor.
I have 3 armor. Oh yeah, 3 armor. No, that's not terrible. Okay, cool. Still.
Yeah, I would describe Marcel as exceptionally high, not anyone having poor armor.
No, of course. Well, it's the biggest of the best. I mean, the downside is that you're terrible at acrobatics, so you wouldn't be able to do anything like climbing on a ladder or the such like. So.
And like disadvantage on awareness, dodging.
Yeah, exactly.
A bunch of
So, so how much is your armor? Is it 4?
It's 3, isn't it? 'Cause it's sort of leather and open helmet, so it's 3. So that would be 3 damage, which is enough to kill me. So I will need to be rolling. Use my ill-tempered ability. Yes, that's fine.
I thought Marcel healed you more than that.
You didn't let me have it.
No, I said he could bandage you up. You can't. You shouldn't. You'll get the rest heal.
I'm so confused. So when we did the shift rest, you get 2d6 healed. One if you get 1 heal, and then 1 extra for the heal. It just makes the heal 2d6. I just rolled them separately because I was just...
in my head it was like you got to the bottom of the ladder.
Yeah.
Marcel's bandaging you up, right? That heals you 1 time.
Yeah.
And then you have your rest for 15 minutes, which would heal you again, but you haven't got to your 15-minute total rest yet because you're being interrupted by bats.
So I took my first d6, which was the 1.
Oh, was it only
that was
1?
what happened first. And then I rolled the 6. I took the first one because it was chronologically what happened first, even though technically they should have been together. So that's why it's a little bit confusing. Because
the other logic I would say is you get 1d6 for resting and you get 2d6 for healing. For me, it would be the second dice, but I think to avoid any fudging decisions, perhaps we should just randomize it.
Maybe.
Or if you just want to say it's 1, it's a suggestion.
Yeah, it's just
just because my logic works the other way around.
It's just one that when you either rest or you rest with healing, and we rested with healing, so it should just be 2d6 healing. But we didn't rest long enough to heal, so it shouldn't really be either. To be honest, we should have been attacked before anything happened. I think it either has to be all or nothing. I would say.
Oh, you say that healing is always part of a rest.
In the stretch rest, you either heal D6 stretching, or you roll 2d6 if someone's helping you. It's just
okay.
you just get 2d6. There's no. It's
Fine.
not. It just amplifies the rest. So it really should be nothing or everything.
Okay. So this is like properly in the middle of the healing. Okay.
Yeah. But in fact, I might as well have one rather than two, because I'm either going to die from this or not. So I'm going to go back down to one just to be thing, and I'm just going to fucking dodge it, guys. So don't worry about it. Because I'm going to use my fast footwork. My intent to dodge an attack without consuming your action for the round. Bonus dodge anytime during the round. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah, you can do it anytime, so you can do it after you know the damage, before you know the damage. Go crazy. 10 minutes once. Yeah, multiple times. Enough left WP. Let's go. Word bread actions. Why is that not in there? Why is it not in there? Why is it not an action? Why do I not have the action? This is the fast footwork.
Dodge, right? Just press dodge.
Where's dodge? Where do you press dodge?
Evade. It's the evade skill, right? In skills.
I guess so.
Dodge is different. Dodge is
that's what I'm thinking.
Dodging ranged attacks.
Yeah, but wait.
I believe.
1 second. It says on page 47, so it'll be on page 47. So let me find page 47, and everything will be clear.
Yeah.
All
roll
will be
evade.
clear. You think that's it? Yeah.
Yeah, I've checked it.
Dodging. Roll evade.
Roll
Great,
evade.
got it.
On a success, you evade, take nothing. On a failure, you are hit.
Great. Life or death. Here we go. Kaboomy.
Hey, it's a
Hey!
dragon.
Hey!
Oh.
Phew.
Sure you bets.
Make sure to mark evade for XP.
Yeah, oh, that's the
Roll.
dragon.
Mm.
Nice.
Cool. So they don't actually bite you to heal.
Ha 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 ha. Thank the Lord.
Nice. And then
They clink off Marcel's armor.
yeah. So
So how big is each individual bat? Because I'm quite like they do these little things, just kind of like on his armor and just like get off.
normal bat size, I guess.
Oh, so very, very entertaining then.
All right. New initiative round. C'est Marcel de Bois.
Well, I suppose we hit the bats. Keep it simple for now, I think. Swords. Hiya. It is a fail this time, I'm afraid.
Mailed.
Well, I think he wears that for now. It feels like it could be problematic to re-roll everything immediately.
I assume you can't use the torch as a weapon, because I feel like torches and bats are quite good. But I'm guessing you can't.
There is a thing about
it's improvised weapons.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure on that thing. Remember, they can provide example running around and playing cards in the box.
There is actually a.
So what cards? Cards. At the start of combat, the GM can draw D3 cards to see what improvised weapons are available. How would you do that? How would you do that?
So yeah, because I have got them as a PDF.
Okay.
And they might be in the handouts. Hang on.
Might there be an improvised flamethrower or an improvised lightsaber? That could be quite helpful.
That spear served you quite well in round one.
No, I'm just thinking that if taking half damage, if there's some kind of, I was assuming like I guess fire wouldn't count as like a physical weapon, but also I feel like it's going to be pretty weak.
I mean, there's burning firewood.
Oh.
Don't think you have.
As an aside for the combat, this occurred to me when I was last reading the rules.
Torch.
You can hold your action for free, and so if you were worried about death, you could hold your action and use it to parry
dodge,
or evade later. And if you don't get hit or hurt, you might attack anyway. I don't know.
Oh, interesting. So you can hold it right at the end, and then.
Yeah, so then you'll still have your action if you're attacked, and I guess it's just a situational option for you.
Man, I need to get one more willpower, because I hate that my abilities are 3 and I have 8 willpower. It just seems like it's going to be eternally useless.
So you can use a torch as the weapon.
Uh-huh.
I think it's a one and done thing, but and does 2d6 fire damage.
Which would be full damage on the bats.
How do you know
That
that?
counts. Well, I don't know it. I'm just saying. But it sounded like weapons weren't good because I guess you're cutting through a mob, but fire's a bit more kind of. It's not physical. It's. That's just my assumption. I'm literally just guessing.
But I think it would probably be an action to light your torch.
That's or is that isn't that to like actually the weapon? It's not a full action. Is it? It's like a.
I don't think you're drawing it because you have to like get it out.
No, I'm just thinking, but there is a rule for equipping, and it's not a full action, is it? If you were to change weapons, there's like there's definitely a sort of rule about. I think it's because you need to have the weapons out, but it can't be a full action to like get a different weapon out, right? But I'm not arguing that it would take a full action to light a torch and.
No, I think you could swap weapons.
Free action, free actions, minor actions such as drawing a weapon, keep it in the hand, dropping to the ground, shouting a few words of free action. Yes, cool. That's what I was thinking of. This obviously is more than that, so that's fine. Okay, cool. Well, then I will just carry on with the magical spear of doom.
Nice.
Oh, so there's no there's no lit firewood on the floor. You said there's no improvised firewood.
I mean, if you got your torch out before you started healing,
you could have.
Oh, that's a good roll though.
It's a good roll.
Good roll.
Spear damage.
It's another 6.
It's another 6.
Oh. Yeah. Then in the horde.
Kebab is getting shishy. It's getting just. So you're saying you've got a sheet of improvised weapons on a thing, but you just would. Have they got like numbers to roll against them? Like if you were to. I'm just curious because I like the idea of improvising. So do you all just declare it? We just say like, oh, I'd like to try to improvise a weapon, and then you pull those 3. Do we think, or is that?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, apparently they give you it as a deck of cards. So imagine if you're like fighting in some way, you just draw it until it makes sense, maybe, or I'm not sure.
Yeah, start the comment. The GM can draw 3 cards. But how does it look when you send it a PDF? Is that just go from there down?
It's basically just the card like images scans.
Yeah, how would you do that then? They're not. I mean, there's how many are there? Would you like roll a d20 or the 20? Would you roll like a d20 and go through like number 6?
Yeah, could do. I don't know. I have to look into it. I think.
Yeah, you know me. I like improvising, so it's quite a fun thing to know about. Cool. Did another 6 damage.
Yeah, nice. And then and then it's the bat's turn. So the initiative is winding me up because Laura's character's in there and it keeps going on. It's really annoying me. Right. Bats. The bit.
It's the bat.
It's the bat. Oh, a double 4 this time.
They run away. I mean, literally, they all land on the ground and start just walking away. They're so embarrassed.
They poop on your heads.
No.
No. So instead of mass attack, it's collective attack. The bats launch a joint assault on the player character with the highest constitution. Who's that?
Probably Marcel.
Yes.
With all the HP.
The attack inflicts 2d6 slashing damage and the victim suffers a fear attack. And the bat swarm heals the same amount of HP from drinking the victim's blood.
I did.
So I'll do the first...
I only saved my action.
Yeah. So I'll do my first 2d6. Does not go through the armor, but you do suffer a fear attack as all the bats swarm over you, trying to bite their way between the plates.
He's protected, but they're banging off his helmet and everything. It's horrible.
Yeah.
Now I do a saving throw of some kind.
A willpower.
1 willpower, not my strongest.
Not the strongest.
Nope.
Fail.
We're afeared, are we?
Yes. Which means I think you can't do anything, and you have to keep re-rolling your willpower. I think that's how it works.
Right. Do I take the scared condition, or is it separate? I think we came up against something like this, didn't we?
Sounds like
our
it'd be.
first combat.
Yeah, feared.
Fear and scared are not necessarily the same, I think we found. But we ought to check.
52. But yeah. We need to make a roll against will. It could be, oh yeah, so if you fail, you must roll on the fear table.
Ah. Right, so I don't take the condition, but I'll take a random effect of some kind.
Yeah, so roll me a d8, please.
1d8 coming up.
Thank you. 4.
Middle of the road.
Pale. Your face turns white as a sheet. You and all player characters within 10 meters and in sight of you become scared.
What? Why?
So in the end,
Wait,
I am
what?
scared.
Why am I scared?
Can't even see my face.
Because yeah. You've counted it.
Aha! I suppose perhaps he's previously composed, but letting out some quite disconcerting shouts from within that great helm.
All right, run me through again. So I understand he's taking a fear roll, and for some reason now I'm scared as well.
Yeah, you're both scared.
Because he what?
Because he's so scared. His reaction
It's
has made you scared.
Because you rolled badly, or you rolled an effect on a table that does.
Rolled on the table.
Right. Okay. Fine. Right. Okay. I see. Sorry. It's just an effect of fear. That's weird though. So I roll on the fear table, and he's now scared of me being scared of him being scared.
You're just scared.
Which does what? The condition of fear.
You have the condition on the tracker table scared.
Great. Got it. Groovy beans. Cool.
Well, you're about to rest, so you'll clear some of your conditions if you survive.
Well, just how many bloody bats are left is the question.
And we're doing that again.
Oh, for God's sakes.
It's still not nibbling through your armor, but another fear test, please.
Yeah, this I'm looking forward to going back up that ladder, actually.
Got to the enemies, yeah. These are the fucking just.
I even told you to roll spot hidden when you go into the dungeon.
I did.
Indeed. All right, what this time?
Right, what this time? 5.
Hilarious.
You scream in horror, which causes all player characters who hear the sound to immediately suffer a fear attack as well. Each person only ever needs to make one will roll to resist the same fear attack.
It is actually a cascade of fear effects.
Yeah.
So I have to now roll a willpower to stop a fear, but I've got feared, so my willpower is Bane. So
now you're both rolling willpower. Oh no, so Milo just did it. So no, wait, you didn't.
Well,
roll...
sorry, I didn't roll.
Yeah, you didn't.
I didn't roll. I just took the effect. Well, but now if I roll it, I am baned on it, right? Because I'm scared.
Mike, you love the games with rules.
These are a bit silly.
Mikey just hates being affected by anything.
Yeah,
Doubly so.
I like
if he
it when the
didn't choose
rules
to be affected by it.
When the rules happen to other people, that's great. If we could just stay over there. Rules,
right,
please.
I think I'm. Wait, did I roll?
I'm so lost. I don't know what I need to be rolling or.
Trying to roll with Bane. I'm just trying to. Bane. Roll.
No.
Bane got you. All right, so you do scream in horror. So Hoisin, you now need to do a willpower check, and not on the fear table. And
surely all that can happen is that
bats are beating you, then I don't think you should.
I mean, I personally think it's quite funny.
It's hilarious. I'm just pretty shocked by all this. I'm finding the fear table now. You can really get fucked over by this. I see.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Well, roll me willpower.
Which I'm now at -4 because.
Yes.
What's this? Who's this? How you doing this? That wasn't me.
What?
Who was that?
What?
Someone just rolled Bane Will.
That was me about 3 minutes ago.
Oh, my laptop is going very slow again. How did I fix this last time? Where willpower? I'm trying to find it. It's on
So it's in the skills at the top of your skills section. There's your attributes, and if you roll Bane,
just
right click on them, and then choose Bane.
Right, roll Bane. Great.
And then you have to click the roll button.
Brilliant.
Nice. He's done it.
That's pretty saucy, passing with Bane.
So you are not. I know you are scared,
But not too scared.
but you're not. But you're not. You have to roll on the scary fear table.
Great.
All right.
Okay,
Cool.
It makes,
Well-
now I can see the fear table is more than just being fear. There's actually fucking... That makes this... It makes sense.
Yeah.
I think the effects that we rolled made it seem a bit
It
weird.
was confusing that the fear caused the fear to fear. But there's actual shit that can...
Hey, bro.
Yeah.
I heard you feared. So how about some fear with your fear?
Exactly.
Well, Marcel, it is your turn, and these bats. They probably thought when they wrote this data sheet, healing would be really good, but they haven't managed to heal at all. So
Do we have a sense of how many of the bats are left, broadly speaking, having killed a number of them?
What's
Or is it too hard to tell?
To kebab bats.
I think it's a case of like there's dozens, but if you kill enough, they will back off.
So it wouldn't be possible to tell.
Back off.
Because otherwise, like 1 HP, how can they do like the collective attack thing?
It's true.
I do think that Sir Marcel is going to hold his action
Okay.
for now.
Smart lad.
And I'll check the rules, but I think you can hold it to at any point in the table after your own. But I'll double check.
Yeah, double check. It seems cool. Tactical. Right, I will...
Hoisin turn.
Yep. I will spear it up. Hachiga!
Nice.
Hey!
Saw the 19.
Oh, it almost roulette. Another flat six.
Well, it's still 6 again.
Flat 6.
But that is enough
Yeah!
to finally see off the bats
Kebabs.
as they finally retreat from your sort of stabby spear tip. Maybe you're like flicking them off. Sir Marcel as he stands there screaming into his great
Just close
helm.
them off him. It's probably not making it less scary with a giant spear.
Hold still, mate.
Don't move. Just keep your eyes closed.
Your armor will protect you.
Yeah, to be honest, that's a good way of doing it.
Yeah, I mean, they come in there. It's a bit more thing anyway.
You've got a nice kind of like stippling effect now on your armor plate where it's all been repeatedly stabbed.
Hoisin just kind of collapses to his little webbed knees. Well, knees aren't webbed. Ducks don't have knees. Do they have knees? They can't have knees. He just flopped down.
You're also not actually a duck, so you may have slightly different anthropomorphism.
Dare you? He just flops into classic duck position, I think. Just whoops out.
Yeah.
His broken wings and his nibbled bat face, and he's just... Heal me.
All right, so you do complete your rest.
Let's do it.
Well, I think the way that rests work is if they're interrupted, you have to start again.
Fine. Well, we never started because we landed in the bat snake. The bats have attacked. Now we're resting.
I think
we're
you're
on
good.
it.
Yeah.
Good.
Right, do I need to re-roll the healing?
No, we're good. But I also recover D6 willpower as well, so I'm going to do that too. Dig it. 2. Yeah, that's fine. 6, good. Well, actually, no, I'd rather have 6 than 8, to be honest, because it's not irritating. Oh, no, that's 7.
So you spend 15 minutes more finishing the healing, bandaging you up.
Awesome.
And so you are now standing in this gloomy chamber in front of these big oak doors.
And the doors have the symbol of the...
Hoisin, you also heal one condition of your choice.
Oh, lovely, yes. Great. Get rid of that scared, I think. Cool. Right, so you said that on the statues are holding shields again, or there's emblazoned on the door, the whole...
So the symbol stretches across both doors, which are flanked by statues of knights.
Symbols.
Well,
Okay.
I think Marcel would like to inspect the statue, symbol, doors, stuff, but he's looking with an eye for myths and legends.
Ooh.
Perhaps it will reveal some information of some kind. Who knows?
quite a good roll. All you can really tell is that this is almost definitely a tomb dating back from the time of the Dragon Emperor, when Misty Vale was part of his empire. Judging by the very antiquated armor on these statues, and of course the crown symbol on the oak doors. But as you do inspect the doors, you do see them that they are actually ajar, with the with some sort of sign of forced entry.
In terms of what, like there was like a lock that's been jarred or just scraping, or like it's been battered down.
Yeah, you can see like the wood has been like properly like worked on, where like a lock would have been, or like the handles are.
Good.
Would you like to do any sort of perception of the room or any sort of things like this? Check for more bats.
I think the. I mean, again, I say this, I'm not going to succeed in rolling this again. I think the most prevalent would be to get close to the door and do a classic, just kind of, bit of a listen to see if you can hear anything beyond. Check there's no one literally standing outside the door.
Not the listening. Do the door.
No.
You've given a ajar door. That's the main object. What do you want me to do? I can kick down the door. I can use a little web foot and just kick that door open, or I can use. So I'm just going. Okay, right. I'll just do a general, classic, spot hidden for just checking that there's no one nearby, no more threats nearby out of the door, above us, all round. There's no point. I'm not. It's a 3, so I'm not going to get it. So I'm just rolling. There you go. Failed anyway, but I tried.
Good try. Good try.
Thank you.
Yes. And it's not blades, so nothing happens. Boo.
Boo.
Marcel, what are you doing this while Hoisin is?
So what else do we see in this room? Is there many other obvious features that might interest him?
Not really. I mean, it's mostly just beating out of the earth.
Right.
Kind of
well, I think Marcel then we'll cautiously approach the doors. He's alert to threats. And if you need me to do a spot hidden, he'll do it anyway. He'll be terrible at it, but that's what he would be doing.
Okay. So you go through the doors?
Why does it feel like such a loaded question? The answer is yes. He does go through the doors.
This is why it takes 40 minutes to go through a door in D&D.
Yeah. No, he goes through the doors. He's being as alert as he can, but he's not tiptoeing. He's not poking the floor with a 10-foot pole. He's just advancing cautiously.
Well, big mistake, buddy. Spikes fly out of nowhere. Okay, so
they better.
So you come across. So ahead of you, you see a small antechamber with 2 more knight statues and a sort of portcullis gate barring the way, and then you also have corridors going left and right.
I was gonna say, can we peek?
Do we? The portcullis is something we can see through at all, or?
Yeah, I think so. So you can actually sort of see in the darkness, kind of a big oak table, long table, kind of going long ways away from you, but you can't really see what kind of lies at the end.
Perfect place to sit for a meal of shish kebab bats. Well, should we do a little kind of comically, same time, stealthy check around these corners and about to check a corner each?
Absolutely, tactical advance of some sort, I guess.
Well, I should say that these statues, standing in this room, they are not like. Sorry, I shouldn't say they're statues. They're actually mummified guards.
Oh.
But they do hold long spears, which seem in passable condition.
what was the rule? Encumbrance. You only hold. I hold too many weapons.
Oh,
I
no.
can't. I can't carry another. I don't carry on. I've only got my long spear and short spear. I could do another spear, I suppose, but also, what's the betting that when we pull the spear out of these mummified soldiers' hands, they spring to life and attack us? I don't know. It's probably not worth. I don't think it necessarily seems like worth the risk. I don't know about you, Sir Marcel.
I've been thinking more as Marcel than as dungeon explorer. I think Marcel would want to see a bit more into that room.
Okay.
He might be cautious of whatever these are,
Mm.
so perhaps he'll go up and sort of poke one with his sword
Well,
to see if it's alive or anything, or dead or some shit.
well, if we're going to poke them anyway, because Hoisin could use a short spear at a distance to skewer one from here.
Practice your throwing arm.
Throwing wing.
Yeah.
If we're gonna poke them anyway, might as well poke them at a distance.
Yeah.
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 All right.
All right.
I will chuck a spear. I assume I don't use spear though to throw a spear. I assume you use some other skill, which would be. What would that be?
Well, I don't think you need to roll because you can they're not moving targets. You can do it from 2 meters away.
But I will also then learn in the interim.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well then, a spear for that short spear.
It hits one of the mummified guards, thwang, wobbles, and goes through their rusted sort of chainmail that they're wearing. The rusted chainmail just sort of like crumbles to dust, and the spear sort of drops to the floor, making a clanging noise.
Classic.
But there is no movement.
Okay. Well, I'll need to retrieve my short spear, but it seems.
Marcel's going to walk up to the gate and peer through.
All right, and Hoisin is picking up his spear while they're on the way.
Okay. As you peer through, let me just make sure I've got the right description. So, you see a small room with an oak table in the middle, burning torches on the walls.
Oh.
A mummified woman in gilded chainmail is sitting at the far end of the table. An iron-fitted oak door behind the mummy bears an ancient symbol in glittering silver.
Well, it's certainly where I'd expect there to be some sort of valuables. What with all the signs?
I think at that moment you hear somewhere in the tomb the kind of scraping of metal on flagstones off to one of the sides, and you hear it for a few moments, and then it's gone again.
She's visually, as we can see, very still. We see mummified. She seems to be a very still.
Correct.
It's very odd to have things.
And Marcel, you probably noticed that the armor that the mummy is wearing is very fine, actually. Gilded, so embedded, embossed with precious metal.
So it certainly appears to be probably the primary dweller of the tomb, some sort of lord or lady.
I mean, usually you would expect the person of the tomb to have their own like resting place. It doesn't seem like a traditional resting place, but like the guards, it could be like another sort of person there. Like in Egypt, they would bury people in the pyramids to help protect the spirit and stuff.
Right. That makes sense. Okie dokie. Well, he'd probably want to at least have a go at the portcullis before knowing that he didn't really have any tools to open it. Unless perhaps there is a key with these guards. Or something. Is it like a lock one, or like does it appear that there's something, or is it like one of the things where there's probably a lever or a pulley or something to open it.
So it is pretty rusted, but there is a very obvious keyhole. If you do search these guards for any sign of a key, you don't find any keys, but you notice the one that Hoisin shot at. They're kind of holding their hand up, like they would be holding a key.
Oh.
What do you mean?
Like they're sort of like standing like this, so like it looks like a place where you would hang keys. Maybe.
Perhaps
Maybe
someone
it-
has
like-
found the
like-
key
like-
already.
Oh yeah, well, I didn't. Well, the sorry, the thing. What was locked? Sorry, it was the
The portcullis ahead of us.
podcast. But no one's. But no one's. You wouldn't have the keys right in. And are the locks on this side? They wouldn't have the two keys in front of the locks. That would be. And then if people had told them, they would have opened it. So they would have. Anyway, we can't get through here. So let us. Should we go back to our tactical peeking around corners?
Yeah, or you do a tactical walk down the corridor.
Oh, sure. Check which way is which.
Do you
It
fancy
is-
left or the right?
Well, I'll take the right. Good sir. Right. You do use spears, throw spears, and stab spears. So it's just all good spears. So it's good
Spears
stuff.
is spears, is it?
Spears is spears, mate. Spears is spears.
Very fair.
All right. Well, Marcel will lead the way. Cautiously, looking around.
Hoisin will go ahead of him foolhardily because that's what he does, unfortunately. And
Okay. If he wishes.
yeah, it's a weakness, unfortunately. Excited, he's all excited. He's back to heal. He's fully healed. He's excited by this portcullis. He's hungry to sit down and have some back kebab. So
that's a good reminder of that whole thing, which I'd forgotten about so far today.
Well, as you go through these tunnels, with this chilled air and musty smells, you may notice that there are slithering roots, worms, and centipedes.
Oh, fuck off.
Hanging like stalactites from the ceiling, making the ground slippery. This is obviously a very old place. These centipedes are not encounter worthy, thankfully.
That's what you always say. Until they suddenly are.
Until they are suddenly. So.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh no.
So, location number 6. Dark chamber with a packed dirt floor. 7 simple sarcophagi of stone are lined up along the walls. Several of them are open, and 2 skeletons have been thrown onto the ground.
I mean, I don't know how you would know this, and I probably have to roll for it, but recently disturbed? I assume so. I can roll a spot hidden. Pointlessly. Ineffectually. No. I spotted shit. But perhaps I step into the room to make space for.
Suddenly not so brave.
Hey, foolhardy doesn't mean brave.
Yeah, and that's all you see.
No.
Okay.
Well, it just looks like the tomb for the menials or something.
Yeah, and so
The rest of the family, or this is not where we find the dragon statue.
No, these peasants aren't even mummified. Little peasants. Yes, that is the case now. There's nothing elaborate, no bits or bit of bobs with the skeletons. They are just look like, your standard. I mean, they were buried down here, so they must be of some some relevance. Just thinking what Hoisin would do.
Would you open one of the unopened ones?
Well, I think he would if there was any indication there's anything exciting, but nothing about it implies like.
If it was
know,
anything
like-
exciting.
Well, like he just said, like menial loot or anything. Like if it just it doesn't. I'm trying not to metagame. It does, I don't see a reason why you'd open more if only a couple have been shattered. If we can kind of see there's a little corner there as well to proceed to. So there's
Well,
it seems more like trying to cross the room without being skewered or centipeded is the bigger. So I'm gonna what I'm gonna do instead. This seems useful. I'm gonna sneak.
okay.
Although I got a bane on that for my bloody dazed. What happens if you fails? I guess I don't know. I guess you'd let us know. Fail sneaking. If we were sneaking, would you allow it to be kind of like if there was like a crap plate or something else, or is that going to help with that, or is that literally just making less noise? What are we going with?
I don't think that would help.
Well, look, I'm just going to sneak. I'm going to sneak through the room, up to the corner, have a lot of people around that corner now.
Okay.
And be what it will, but also I have a bane on agility.
Bade.
I want a bane.
Burn.
Where's the Batman?
Oh, but he's only gone and got another dragon that doesn't count, or does it count?
That doesn't.
It's
No.
Bane, isn't it?
That's a tease.
Yeah.
It's a tease. All right. Well, I
It's a
don't
tease.
sneak.
All right, but you're going further down this corridor.
Yeah, go into the corner, have a look.
Yeah, and I guess Marcel will just be following him at a respectful clanking distance. I
Oh, what
suppose.
a bloody portcullis, isn't it? We went the wrong
Ah,
way,
shit.
Marcel. I do it as best he can with like a wing, but I guess some kind of like signal to kind of halt, like don't no proceed, like we're good, go back the other way. One of those. If he's as soon as he's like halfway across the room, it's more just like no good to be had here. Although
that thing that adventurous thing that they all know how to do instinctively.
yes, exactly.
Yeah, I think probably like stop or something is probably doable, but battle can't potentially not.
Yeah, he tries it anyway. But I think you get the gist that just there's no way. But now I'm thinking, obviously, like, right, there's keys, there's portcullises. Maybe we do need to do a bit more searching.
Well, we also think there's someone potentially already down here.
But if they'd already be in there, then wouldn't they? If they had found the keys, they'd already be through.
Who knows?
The keys wouldn't have been in the hands of the people. So
We don't know.
I think
what's down
Hoisin,
the other end, do we?
I think Hoisin does go over to one of these skelly. These things just kind of pries the door open with his long spear just to have a little search. Clearly, there's something we need that's missing.
You open a sarcophagi.
Yeah.
The
The least threatening looking one, the one without anything scary in it.
Okay. Well, you open it up and you find a buried skeleton.
Sure.
Wearing the mouldy remnants of sort of very pretty ceremonial garments. And the skeleton is wearing a gilded headband that looks quite valuable. And has a jeweled ring on their finger.
Well.
Yoink.
Yeah, nothing happens. You take it.
Sweet. Just gonna add that to my inventory so it doesn't check the old weight. Cool. That's what I do.
I think Marcel just stands over there and frowns, but doesn't do anything more than that. Grave, just petty grave. Like he's here for a thing, but petty grave robbing's not really his thing.
I am trying. There's implication. There's keys to get through barriers. I'm not trying it, but while looking for the quest progression items, I found some loot in it.
Ah, a ring. Perhaps this will come in handy later. At the door, or perhaps the shop.
This might open the door.
You never know.
I'm taking this for evidence.
Yeah, he doesn't cause a ruckus though. He just sort of
Sure.
frowns, sighs, waits.
Well, I mean, this is the game. So if Marcel wants to develop a taste for looting, then I won't begrudge him that.
No, absolutely. It's just not what. It's just not. I don't know. I think looting, he would generally be like, this is cool, but like just smashing open sarcophagi, I just don't think he would like.
Okay.
Perhaps perhaps
it's desecration, right?
Yeah, he's a knight, right? He's like a I haven't really considered what the order is, but like some sort of order of chivalry or code or religion.
Yeah.
It's improper, but he won't begrudge others doing it, and perhaps he thinks Hoisin will be keen to support the party with his.
Yeah, of course. Well,
winnings.
Hoisin notices that notices the look of not pleasure, and turns to Marcel and says, oh, Marcel, don't frown. This isn't for pleasure. We're merely trying to find a way forward. I'm happy to progress if you don't think there's much to be gained from raiding these sarcophagi.
Hoisin, don't let me stop you gorging yourself on the sarcophagi. I've been around plenty of adventurers, so it's a little distasteful, but have at it.
If the way forward is here, then let's try a little other one, shall we? I'll open one more. Like,
it's almost identical to the other one.
Cool. All right. Seems like I'm not getting much of this. He's not going to seeming. There's no. There's nothing. I mean, you don't know. You could have all of them, but no, I think it's more time to move on.
I think rings count as tiny items, right? They don't count as a full item slot.
Yeah, again, I've really struggled with this encumbrance thing. I'm trying.
Tiny items, smaller items that can be hidden in a closed fist are called tiny. Yeah, so
tiny item.
They don't take up any space in your inventory.
Okay. Great, fine. Okay, yeah, fine, great, cool. Okay, well, yes, I think Hoisin appreciates there's no point spending all day doing this, so beckons to Marcel and says, "We can continue." Uh-oh.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Well,
you rolled something.
Don't like it. What are you doing?
As you pilfering the sarcophagi, I have to roll. Roll on the random event table as you lingered.
Well, good. Trying to progress the mission. We're going to call that lingering.
Let's see here. It says I can pick the one that seems the most fitting.
This
is actually quite cool.
We'll be the judge of that.
Marcel, as you are standing there waiting for Hoisin to finish, you suddenly find yourself the room, the sort of the damp, dark room suddenly changes, and you are on top of a tower, looking over a strange city. Turrets and spires all across the land. You've never seen anything like it. And something comes flying straight at you. A huge dragon ridden by a knight in golden plate mail and a great horned helm. And you see fire burning from the helm's eyes.
Oh.
And you must make a fear test.
Oh
no! But I'm already scared.
Yes.
Go again. All right. It's Will with Bane.
With Bane.
Oh, he's only got a bloody past one.
Oh, you passed it, you ledge.
Doggy dog.
Oh.
Fear ledge. All right, nice.
I think he is shaken nonetheless.
But not
That's
sturdy.
it.
So does that maybe that forces you to snap at Hoisin to hurry the hell up?
Yes. Yes, sir. Hoisin, we must be away from this place. I've had enough of your looting.
Okay, so I can see you're a bit shaken. I was coming anyway.
I hate
Well,
you, English.
he trots off down the other way.
All
Carefully
right.
and cautiously. Constantly looking around for danger through his tiny great helm slits.
Which you have a bane to, right? Because you're wearing a helmet.
Correct.
Yeah.
And it's already not a good score.
Yeah. You can take it off if you want.
Yep, he could. He will not.
Yeah.
What's around the corner, eh?
Ooh,
Well.
my.
You there, Hoisin, or are you?
It's going. I'm just waiting for alchemy to just do
All
anything.
right. That's fine.
So look, I'm coming. Oh,
He's a cupboard.
oh, I think that worked.
All right. Well, in this room, similar to the other chamber, it once contained coffins and things, but in a lot less of a glamorous way. This is more like they've been sort of stacked on top of each other on like shelves, and almost all of them have been smashed and broken into. Skeletons, rags, and shards of crushed pottery are scattered all over the place. It's a complete tip. It's clearly been vandalized.
Well, that's not very nice, is it? I think similarly, the question would be, does it look like it has been sort of smashed and grabbed now by whoever we think could be in here? Or is it dusty and settled and looking old? Or is it impossible to tell?
Well, that might be some sort of spot hidden.
Well, very, very well. Very well. Well, we...
What do you see out of your great helm?
Now, let me just check my
Salad.
gear, because I don't know if spot hidden is affected as well, or if it's... I think it's three things. So plate gives me bear on acrobatics, evade, and sneak. The helm gives me awareness on all ranged attacks.
Okay.
But not spot hidden.
Interesting.
However, I only have a 5 in spot hidden, so... Whatto? Yep. Alas.
I think you're even better than Hoisin, aren't you?
Yeah, somehow. Yeah, 5 apparently is the best in the party at this time.
Oh, I have a 3, so it's not. It's not.
Yeah. And yet you've managed to pass some.
I passed the 1. I passed the 1. You can't knock it.
So as you go poking around, trying to investigate into this rubble, maybe you're like using your, sword to just bat things away, bat the rubble out of the way, trying to find stuff.
Don't say that.
And you hear a noise, and it sounds like.
That was not what I expected.
I was expecting it to be either spooky or gobbo. I think we got gobbo.
And as you sort of look through the rubble, hidden like underneath a bunch of like cracked stone, you see like the most terrified little goblin clutching his scimitar and like almost like hyperventilating in this little nook, like half covered by like skeletons, being like this.
I mean,
It's like, please don't hurt me.
he's still a goblin. So I think. I mean, if depending what
He's still part of that race that we don't like.
Marcel is doing, well, it's more like they're the enemy right now in this moment. I think Hoisin would move swiftly to place a spear tip to the neck of the goblin to encourage him to be very quiet. Obviously, the fear here is he might cry out for support. So that's the swift move Hoisin will take to keep him silent with a. If that's all right with the Marcel.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah. And yeah.
Well, what's going on here then? Terrified little goblin. Did you lose her away?
Don't speak,
Petit gobbo.
Don't speak too loudly, little goblin, or I'll end your life straight away.
Yeah, I mean, he's even more scared out of his wits. Does not look like he's posing any danger to you whatsoever. He almost typically drops the scimitar like it, was never going to use it in the first place.
Definitely feeling sympathetic, but also
sympathetic, but also curiously murderous.
Just ready.
He's got a red ring around him, which means he's an enemy.
Ready for both issues. Perhaps he does a slick little move and swaps the long spear for the short spear so he can get a bit closer to him. So he's still got him at kind of point's edge, but moves a little closer.
Just hold the spear further down.
No, that's weird.
No, he hot swaps.
Hot swaps. That's much cooler, and it must. I don't understand it awkwardly holding this big wobbly spear. Like I'm really want to be close.
You just hold it like a quarter staff, right? You just hold it.
Yeah, not the long spear. The short spear, I feel like I could hold.
He's pulling out all of his Aragorn level moves.
Yeah, exactly.
Out of combat moves.
I'll be comfortable as he squats down because
that's true. It's probably more like a pike.
I'm gonna go with a
hoplite spear.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I want to calm him down, so
you'll stay there.
Yeah, I'm going to use kind of. Why do I have a dot on persuasion? Is that me from last time? Why do I have a dot on there? There's no reason to have a dot on there, is there?
Maybe you chose to level up last time. Maybe I think.
Yeah, I think I did. I can't remember why. Because we did a bit of change. Anyway, whatever.
I undotted mine last time, just at the end, but
forgot to
easy to miss.
I will use persuasion, but to be calming and try and calm the fellow down as much as I can with a soothing. Be calm, little grub. I don't know your name. I should know your name, but he looks like a grub.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. And also, as a duck, grubs are primarily on the brain. We mean you no harm if you make no fuss, and we'll surely help you survive this terrible tragedy if you tell us exactly what happened here and what your compatriots are looking for. Persuasion.
Give me get a bane on your
what?
Sorry, a boon.
Thank you.
So we're really doing banes at the moment.
It's so used to being bane,
yeah.
Oh, that's what I was 17. How exciting! Cool, lucky.
So he believes you. So he tells you that he was part of a goblin raid sent by Mallard, who you know is to be the orc chieftain, to raid this place of valuables. But they didn't get very far until they encountered a spirit in metal plate with a great horned helm. And they weren't seemingly able to do any damage to it. And so the rest of his squad, his team, ran for the hills basically. And he was stuck behind this this spirit and had to hide here.
Okay. Well,
And,
synthetically kind of... Oh, sorry.
Sorry, yeah, and he he sort of gets out of his gross rags. He holds up a key ring with one key on it, and he's like, "But I found this though. I found this. I tried to use one in the portcullis around the corner, but it broke." So I think that's a no-go situation. But one of these keys works on this one of the other doors.
Like, you take it, grab it off him if he's okay. Well, but how did you come to be buried in such rubble, sir?
It wasn't. Well, he hid himself.
Oh, he's hid. I thought he was buried. I thought he was under the rubble.
Yeah, like he buried himself in it to hide.
Right. Okay. So that's how he came to be buried in rubble. So that's that mystery explained. Cool. So he doesn't need help being unearthed, or is he now trapped?
No, he wasn't buried. He was like
Yes,
in one of the shells
yes.
where the coffins would have been. He's like jammed himself in there.
Okay. I think we can let this one live. Don't you say so, Marcel?
Yes, I do not see why not. This little goblin has been quite helpful. And also, there's perhaps no need to murder everything that we see.
Oh, very agreed. I would hate to take a harmless, innocent life. Go be with your group and tell them to not cause us any bother.
He sort of gets up and sort of moves around the side of the wall, away from the spear, like as if you're just trying, as if you're like
watch him move.
Yeah.
What's he doing? What are you doing?
And then darts around the corner, and his last little whimper is gone.
Yeah. We're not best equipped to fight a spirit, Sir Marcel. I'm not going to lie.
But I think it's, well, you think he's gone, and then he pops his head around the corner, and he's like, "Oh, by the way, you know those big doors at the entrance? I don't think the spirit can go past those doors. He didn't chase my friends out that far. But Jim might not want to know. Bye."
Very helpful. Thanks, Grub.
And Grub was really very helpful, actually.
Cheers, mate.
What, Grub, mate?
Well,
I mean, as it
sounds like however, we have a mighty night, and also you here.
Yeah.
Perhaps we can be a little crafty, so.
Well, I think we'll end it for today as you hear that scraping of metal on stone once again, and the banging of portcullis gates as they rattle in their hinges, their rusty hinges, and it will have to roll on the table again next time.
Ooh. And maybe someone else next week will just appear in the dungeon with us.
Maybe Alex can be Grub.
Oh yes, please.
I'm back.
Grub's.
I'm wearing full armor now and of many heroic abilities.
Yeah, Grub just took all the armor off one of the mummies, and he's back.
Spear, he's off. The vision that Milo had, was that was something that was like a random encounter, but specific to this dungeon, right?
Yeah, that was one of the random encounter tables.
But specific, yeah, it's not
definitely
it can't happen anywhere else. So I guess we never investigate them. There's two keys in the main portcullis. He says that he tried one and it broke.
Well,
maybe.
Well, so this southern portcullis, there's only one keyhole. So I don't know why you're saying two.
Oh. Because he mentioned there was 2 keys and the thing, but he said the lock broke
So
on that.
I'll give you this for free. There's another one here, which is
Yeah,
what
that
which is
makes
which is
sense.
what he meant. He has, you can, if you went around the corner, you would see that there's a key in the lock, but it's been like snapped.
There were 2 keys, but 1 key's down, but there's only 1 key needed to open. Okay, fine, cool, gotcha.
So
Make a note.
you've got one key intact left.
Right.
With yeah. Cool. What should we do? Should we do XP quickly?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Got to learn to leave 5 minutes for this.
Yeah, always
That
nice.
wise, I didn't get any dragons or demons.
That's it. I got the dragon in.
We did play the game. So I remember that's the first one.
You did participate, yes.
Yeah.
Advancements. Where are you?
I'll put that in spears again.
Explore a new location. We'll probably only get one for the Riddermound. So
Sure.
you can have it now or next time.
Yeah, I'll take it now. I'm going to put that into sneaking. Did a bit of sneaking. Although I feel like maybe we just bump up our spot hiddens. So I might put one to that.
Well, I think that also sort of makes sense. I like if it can be connected to what
I
we've been
agree.
doing.
I agree.
Which for Marcel has really just been swords and spotting.
I put no. I don't know if it really matters again. The whole blooming your weakness thing, but I did because I non-intentionally, obviously took the charge on the going down that bloody ladder and almost died. Is that foolhardy enough, or is it just bad at climbing to count as the weakness being coming to play? You did kind of rush ahead and.
I'll say yes now, but I think in future it'd be good if you clarified when you chose to do an action.
Well, that's always. I always find that really interesting because I thought about that afterwards. Oh, that was interesting. I did that. Was I doing that like subconsciously because that's his character, and isn't that better in a way that stuff happens? But I know what you mean. I know you like us to declare it so it's clear. It's a weird one, isn't it?
Well, it's only because it's like sometimes it's because I thought you were doing that because you're better at acrobatics, so you went first.
Well, that's why I thought at the time. But looking back, I was like, no, he did it because he was kind of like he was more. He pushed him aside and kind of went. He was going, and he kind of. So it was a bit kind of. That's why I thought, oh, that's quite cool. I did that, and it felt more organic and actually like. But I know what you mean. I guess giving into it has to be kind of intentional. So, yeah, it's interesting. Well, yeah, I'll bear in mind.
It kind of has to put you in a little bit of.
Well, I think we said about
risk.
danger. Well, that's what I was saying. We think about it. It did. He was tied for it. That's why I kind of thought, that makes sense because we said last time it has to be kind of like
true.
perilous, and it did take the lead, and it the foolhardy is that for me. Yeah.
My only concern is if then it's like in the dungeon, I go through every door first. I go around every corner first.
And it's weird. It's weird. It's weird to look at it because retroactive. Because if it hadn't, then almost killed him, would it have been foolhardy? That's what's weird about it, right?
It also sets the bar quite low, and I think it depends how low that bar should or shouldn't be. Like wherever it is, it's fine.
No, I agree.
As long as we set it somewhere.
Well, I feel like we said last time that's the only reason it jerked me later. Is like it was like, oh, that was pretty foolhardy. Just rush and do that, and it resulted in almost dying. It's whether or not the actual impact of the action.
I don't think you consider you can consider the result of the action.
No,
to be
not
part of the intention.
Yeah, it's true. Maybe not then, because I mean, it was more practical to be acrobatic. It's tricky. I like the discussion.
This is going to be the topic of the campaign, I think, because we talked about it a lot even at the start, didn't we? This specific one as well is a bit wishy-washy.
Well, it's the same as in Blaze, wasn't it? And I was quite conversation because it's always quite like fun to reflect. But I guess that's why you wanted to say it right, don't you? Because you need to be able to say it to explain it, and if you can't explain it before the result, that's fair, I think.
Yeah.
Makes sense, doesn't it? Actually having it, because then it can't be dependent on the result, can it? It has to be dependent on what you do.
Yeah. I think the wording is like, did you give in to your weakness?
Yes, that's a good point.
And that it always, like in Blades as well, it always seems to be a narrative decision based off of your weakness.
I guess it's more like, I don't know, it's more like you come across a pit and there's this swinging blade. There's a gold idol on the side, and everyone's like, "No, that's stupid. Don't do that." But you lunge at it because it's that's kind of more the.
That's how I would think of it as foolhardy.
Yeah.
Doing foolish things.
Foolish things, yes. Yeah, that's fair. Because climbing the ladder is not foolish. It's and going first wasn't foolish either because again he was more acrobatic. So that was fine. Cool. I like to test them. I like to
so
touch the edges.
So that was our 5 minutes used up for that.
Right.
But did you? So how many XP like rolls are you doing?
Saying 2, and then I get 1 for my dragons. That's what I'm doing.
Cool.
Yeah, unless we're considering Grub an obstacle without using force, but that feels quite a low bar as well.
No, I don't think you. I think you overcame any obstacles actually.
No.
Bats,
no.
Maybe.
Do you defeat one or more
dangerous adversary? Like
we defeated
they were dangerous.
Hundreds of bats.
Like yes, they were dangerous, but like it was bats.
It was bats. Yeah, run of the mill bats.
Yeah, that's got to be standard for like your big bosses, your big.
Alrighty,
like
get rolling.
Clanky goes. We just roll the stat, and if we gotta go over now, haven't we? He's trying to get the point.
Over.
Cool. All right, you want to go?
I can go if you wish.
Okay.
Swords.
Oh.
Okay.
Too good at swords.
I'm rolling my dragon for evade. Oh, boom.
And Sputidin.
Yep, I'll do mine as well.
Heedless spot.
Yeah,
Hey.
just. Ooh. Sweet.
What did you do? Thank you. Great. And then I'll roll spears because that was
Nice.
my.
I like that. It's like the Skyrim thing when you do it and it levels up. You learnt the new shish kebab move.
Yeah, more spear. Great. Cool beans. Oh.
Nice.
Yeah, spears is going up. I'm loving it.
So you're a little bit better at spotting hidden.
Mm-hmm.
Ever so slightly.
Ever so slightly better at spearing moving
in
targets.
the amounts. It's I like the system because I think obviously the better you get, the harder it is to upgrade it. And then obviously lower down, like getting +1 to a 3 is that's a huge leap up actually. I know it's still silly that it's 4, but
you're getting
3 to 4 is a much bigger jump than
beginner gains. That's a thing.
Exactly.
I think it's a really clever system. So
I like it. I like it a lot.
Cool. Well,
I still find the HP thing I still find that we're never going to level up, and yet a fool can wipe you out. But there's something still. Yeah, it's true. I suppose.
2d6. It could be 2. It could be 12.
Yeah. And I guess the fact the rest is a bit more lenient. That does imply that there is room there to take that kind of damage. That is good. That does that they have that small rest in there. I think. Yeah, pads you against that kind of thing, which is nice.
And you could have reduced the falling damage by doing a successful acrobatics, but you failed 3 in a row, so it was crazy.
I did try.
Improbable.
On a 12, as well. Not a low.
Yeah.
Not a low score. Awesome. Good fun. Love it.
We'll solve the riddle of the Riddermound next time.
See if
the statuette piece is really here.
Well, I hope so.
Come on, this bloody way.
Don't let Grub down.
Don't let Grub down. Grub.
Grubby.
Yeah, he's going to be there in like the Orc Chieftain's like advisor, and he's like, "These guys suck."
Yeah. An army outside when we come out.
Yeah. That's the one. The Flounders pigeon murderer. Right.
I watched.
We'll never get out anyway.
I watched the last episode of season 4 with Ellis on Remembrance Sunday.
Oh wow!
Just to show, just taking through it, see what I did. He got a bit bored. He loved the only bit he really enjoyed was Baldrick's war poems.
Oh yeah.
He genuinely found them funny. Yes. Very, very funny. He's been doing that on repeat ever since. Basically, it's like, what did you tell him? It's like, okay, yep.
Oh, no.
I shouldn't have shown you this. But it was good to go through. Fantastic final episode of TV. Alrighty.
GG.
Thanks, DM. Really fun.
Olly.
Love it.
Carol next week.
We'll catch you in a week.
Bye.